This episode, we celebrate two one of a kind entertainers whose work will continue inspiring audiences for generations to come. This special episode is presented by Geeked Out Plus on Patreon. Join Geeked Out Plus for exclusive shows, bonus episodes, backstage content, and conversations you won't find anywhere else. Tonight, we're remembering Dolly Parton and Tim Curry.
In audio.
Yee, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Chance. Got Rebel Rook in the building. Got a special show for you, real quick, unfortunately. But before we start the show, we want to give our love, thoughts, and prayers to Dolly Parton and Tim Curry's family and a moment of silence. All right, Rook.
Man, well, for me, shout out to Dolly for just being the icon that she is. But for me, like Tim Curry, since I was a kid, I'm always into the movies. He haunted my nightmares as Pennywise the Clown, man, for a long time. And as much as I hate clowns, I loved him because he's the coolest clown ever of all time. But this dude in Home Alone 2, like that's because you get to see more of his face. That's where he really settled in on me in terms of me watching him on film. And then he got such a crazy, amazing catalog. Because after that, I get introduced to everything. Clue, the game has a movie. If y'all haven't seen it, 1985. Homeboy's been in the game since 1975. Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's 51 years and counting as of this year. They celebrated the anniversary of that last year. That was really, really cool. But Clue, and then 1995. Felt like every 10 years for him, he was kicking ass. Congo. If y'all haven't seen Congo, Congo's the movie. Congo's the one that really sets for me. You got a ape in there that learns sign language. They gotta go into Congo to look for precious diamonds, which is a terrible idea. It's not a place where we travel because it's a war-torn place. And then you have these legendary gray apes that are they're like how Victor explains the lichens. He says there are the werewolves and there are the lichens. And those first set of beasts could not turn back to human form. You cannot reason with the gray apes. All they know is bashing skulls. One hell of a dramatic film. Yeah, he showed a great amount of range throughout his career.
Yeah,
What he's offered us.
when you said Congo in pre-production, I told you I was like, I might have seen it, but then once you started talking about the apes, I was like, oh shit, I did see. I do remember that. Yeah, that was a fire movie.
Shorty came in and she used sign language. You hear the sign language machine go off. She goes, "Get away, get away." He's like, "Ugly ape, ugly ape," and she's protecting her homie.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
1995. I was 15.
Ooh, I'm gonna say how old I am.
Yeah, you probably like what, 7?
6.
Yeah, see, I was close. Yeah, when you said fucking legendary like catalog, the Rocky Horror show, they got Annie, 1982, Legend, 1985, Clue, 1985, The Worst Witch, 1986, Oscar, 1991, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, 1992, Loaded Weapon 1, 1993, The fucking Three Musketeers, 1993,
Love that
Congo,
movie.
Congo, 1995, Puppet Treasure Island, 1996, The Wild Thornberrys movie, 2002, Scary Movie 2, 2001, Charlie's Angels, 2000. Kinsey, 2004. Garfield, A Trail of Two Kitties, 2006. And the last one I have written is The Secret of, what is it, Moonacre, 2008.
Yo, my man in Charlie's Angels, he was trying to get it's Bill Murray. He's trying to get him and Bill Murray because Bill Murray is playing Bosley at the time. And he's like, yo, he's one of the bad guys, and he gets him to eat the Chinese blowfish. He's like, are you daring? All right, they're only lethal in large doses. All right, and my man Bill Murray's like, I laugh in the face of danger. And I was like, yeah, something's wrong with y'all.
And he, and he was like Depp too. Or maybe Depp was like him. He was definitely, they were definitely character actors. Like they definitely played each shit like different. And obviously I forgot to say, but you already said it, Stephen King's It in 1990. But I think what I remember him from the most is Legend. Like I watched that movie a lot.
I'm gonna get you one. 1994. Ain't nobody watched Shadow.
I can't recall Shadow.
Oh man,
I mean, I might have seen it again, but I mean, we're talking about so long ago. Like I would have to look at it. But, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had the
The
action
Legend,
figure and everything.
but Legend, I definitely remember because obviously he's playing that he's playing the devil, and that's such a like big performance.
Yeah, yeah, you right about the Johnny Depp thing before Johnny Depp.
Hmm.
Extreme amount of range, and then the ability to he invents the characters that they want on screens.
Yeah,
So off the imitated, never duplicated because of how talented this guy is.
super talented. You got anything else you want to say about him?
Yeah, man, I love him in Shadow. I like him as a bad guy. All right, because he's not just, some bad guys are just the bad guy.
Hmm.
He's like intelligent, but then he could be quirky. All right, so he could kind of be like a little silly, but he's very good at being mischievous, and you believe him. Even when you want to think that he's doing good, you're like, man, I feel like he got something up his sleeve. He was just really good at his freaking job. He's really good at putting on a show and entertaining people
So
at levels that a lot of people can't reach. To
another
me,
another comparison I'm gonna say, but the person I'm gonna say isn't to the extent of Tim. Obviously, Tim, Tim did his thing, but he, I guess that can kind of remind me of what you just said of Jack Nicholson.
yeah.
Because the way he played Buddy in The Departed, obviously the way he played the Joker, when you see him play like in the rom-coms, like he's still Jack, but then he still does his little weird stuff.
Yo, in Shadow, how I'm not gonna tell y'all how he dies, but he has that one scene in the movie. He's
Well,
sitting there with the Thompson
well, now you
and
told
he's
me he died.
screaming.
Now I know he died.
It ain't his movie, baby. It's Alec Baldwin's movie. Anyway, he's in there screaming with the Thompson, son. Dude is epic. It was epic. Thank you, Tim. Thank you to your to your family. Because we have this work to look on for the rest of our lives that you did. Your memory is gonna live on for a long time, man.
Definitely. Rest in peace, Tim Curry. Now, Dolly. Dolly hit me like probably, I think I probably had the same effect for Dolly that you had for Tim, even though I didn't really like know Dolly till later. Being from New York, we didn't really listen to country music like that back then. So, I wasn't really into the genre, but I do remember like her songs, her albums. Like, how many albums did she have? She said, "Hello, I'm Dolly," 1967, "Coat of Many Colors," 1971, "My Tennessee Mountain Home," 1973, "Jolene," 1974, "Love Is Like a Butterfly," 1974, "All I Can Do," 1976, "Here You Come Again," 1977, "Heartbreaker," 1978, "Nine to Five and Odd Jobs," 1980, "The Grass is Blue," 1999, "Little Sparrow," 2001, "Backwoods Barbie," 2008, "Blue Smoke," 2014, "Pure and Simple," 2016, "A Holly Dolly Christmas," 2020, "Run Rose Run," 2022, and the last one listed is Rockstar 2023. The only other person I think I had more albums was Tupac. Like The albums is crazy. And then obviously the movies, I'll do this real quick. 9 to 5, 1980. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, that's a wild title, 1982. Where I kind of remember her from, Rhinestone, 1984. And that's because I remember Sylvester Stallone in it. And even though in 1984 I was 4 years old, I still like kind of, remember vividly like seeing that movie and seeing them. The one that
That's
always,
how I know her. You know that, right?
because the
Is because of
Rhinestone?
the '80s movies.
Yeah.
The Best Little Whorehouse. That's a Burt Reynolds joint, and I'm a Burt Reynolds fan like through and through. Always been one of those. And you saw Sly talk about her, right?
Hmm.
So between those guys, that was very impactful for us growing up. Yeah, that's how I got to really know her, is seeing her with in the '80s with them.
Yeah, I definitely knew her more from the movies than I did her country singing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the movie that got me that I always remember and I always play back and I always go to it, and it's a tearjerker, feels, get you in your feels. Steel Magnolias, 1989. I think that's a classic. Then we got
Can't
Straight
go
Talk.
wrong.
We got Straight Talk, 1992. A Smoky Mountain Christmas, 1986. Unlikely Angel, 1996. Blue Valley Songbird, 1999. Joyful Noise, 2012. Christmas on the Square, 2020. And then the last one that's listed is Dolly Parton's Mountain Magic Christmas, 2022.
Ladies, an icon,
Super
absolute
icon.
icon.
Super icon. And from what everyone has pretty much said in their posts, I mean, not only was she beautiful, not only was she talented, not only could she sing, but they all pretty much say the same thing, like just the personality, the person, like the kindness. It was just always there. And I always remember seeing her. I mean, obviously, I think they were together. Gonna have to fact check me, but I just always remember seeing her with Kenny Rogers. Like I remember those two a lot.
Um, I don't know if they were together, but yes, often seen together. And like hearing it from my mom, my mom, my dad, and them, and my stepdad, they all talking. Yeah, imagine that. Yes, all of them, all talking. And like, just hearing about the humble beginnings, because one thing's for sure, country music plays in Jamaica, where my family's from. And so everybody already knew about Dolly. So I see Dolly on TV and they're telling me Dolly sing. But it's just the humble beginnings, because she came from nothing.
Okay, I looked it up. No, they weren't together. They were just really close friends.
Man, she's her own shining light, yo. She's a solar system.
Yeah, she was amazing. Like every time I seen her, like whether it was like a movie, a show, like some kind of commercial, some kind of eventually like social media postings, whatever, like she just always look happy. Like I never seen her like aggravated, pissed, nothing like that.
Yeah, because you got to thank God and look on the bright side. Because what could be better could also be worse, and she did a great job of that.
Yeah, two legends. R.I.P. Dolly Parton. But yeah, like I said, unfortunately, we didn't really want to talk about it, but we wanted to show love in a little way as much as we could. Because I do remember Dolly in my life, and even though I know him, I don't know him like you do. Tim was obviously a big fact in your life.
Yeah, man, if one of the first people to influence all the characters that's in my brain, that I project out when I'm hanging out with everybody.
Yeah. So
Y'all gone, but y'all are definitely never to be forgotten.
never. So once again, thoughts, love, prayers to Dolly Parton and Tim Curry's family and friends.
Amen.
Yeah.
Geeked out. Same pod. Same squad.